To the Now and Yesterday show. And I say it again, welcome to the Now and Yesterday show from Piraeus, Greece, outside of the electric train. I am with Good Friar. Good Friar, the number one hit, Honey. 14 weeks in the top 10, number one in 1 week on Rock Radio, 104.7 FM Thessaloniki. And here we have him right here. Good Friar.
Hey, how you doing?
First question. How hard was it for you to establish yourself in the music industry?
That's a very broad question. I can't say that I established myself in the music industry. I've been in the music industry a very long time. So a lot of things, I had to learn a lot of things, particularly the business of music, and just becoming a better and better musician as I go along. So to establish myself in the music business, that's not an overnight process. That's a years-long process, particularly when it comes to doing business and cutting deals. Because the music business is not the music business, it's the intellectual property business. Once you learn that, then you'll understand how to make a good living playing and creating music.
Who is Good Friar?
I am Friar. I am a guy who's been around a long, long time, who has a lot of stories to tell. Some of them really great, some of them very tragic, and some of them that a lot of people can pretty much relate to and resonate with. I often wonder why God put me through all the things that He did, and so I could tell a story and to be able to tell the kind of stories that resonate with a wide spectrum of different kinds of people.
What was the best advice someone has given you personally to chase your music career?
I had two professors. One of them, Professor Noam Kershevsky, you can Wikipedia him. He was my college advanced theory professor. He said, either you have it here, pointing to his heart, and you have it here, or you don't have it. And he said, and you have it. I think you should just go make a living as a composer. My piano teacher at the Brooklyn Conservatory, James DiMartini, said the same thing. He said, you have it here, you have it here, or you don't have it. Yeah, you have it. So they all just encouraged me, just go do what you do. That was the best piece of advice I got. Do what you do.
What made you become an artist?
When I was 11, I was in art school and I was playing piano at the same time. I was at the Brooklyn Museum doing art classes, and I painted a picture of a Black Panther. I did a painting of a Black Panther. The art teacher called my parents and showed it to them and said, did you know he could do that? And they said, no. And my mother said, in her Guyanese accent, because my parents were Guyanese, Andy, what do you want to do? I said, I want to play music because I want to be like the Jackson 5.
Tell me about your record label.
Kingsburg Music was established in 2021, shortly after, I said a few months after I had bile duct cancer surgery. I still hadn't fully recovered yet, but I established it in November of 2021 because I wasn't going to stop. I said, you know what? If I got a second shot at life, this will be my last hurrah. So I'm not taking any prisoners, and I'm not putting up with any foolishness. So,
How do you feel? How do you feel that Honey was number one in Greece and Thessaloniki? How do you feel getting a song of yours hitting number one? Has this ever happened to you in your life?
Never happened before. In fact, I've never had anything chart because I've spent a lot of time doing sideman work, touring and doing residences a long time, helping raise a family. I've got 3 children. They're all grown, but my son Emmanuel has some challenges. So spent a lot of time just having to deal with life. How do I feel about this? I think when I was in my 20s to up to my 40s, I was chasing the Grammy. Everybody was. But after you get to a certain point, and you learn how to be happy without it. So this is a very, let's just say, unusual surprise. If I would have gotten a number one hit and all of this 20 years ago, maybe I would have handled it differently. I'm a different kind of person now, so I probably can handle it with a level head and leverage it into a greater success. I might have gotten myself into a whole lot of trouble if I would have taken it and it would have went to my head and I think I'm at the proper age to be able to handle that kind of success now. So it could be number one. I could stay at the top of the chart for 10 weeks. I'd still be me.
Hey, we were in Kokino FM 105.5 in Athens.
Kokino FM with Thanasis Lazaridis at 105.5 FM.
Right. You got a fantastic reception from the audience.
And I think one of the reasons for that is because now I can pretty much relate to an audience like normal people. I don't take myself that seriously as a musician. I don't separate myself from people just because I'm a musician. You got a lot of musicians who believe their own hype and they like to do that. No, we live, we die. Get over it.
Jojo Sotiris Vakaros even came on the air, on the phone, saying some things about you and Honey on Kokino FM.
Yeah, I like JoJo. That's a cool dude right there. He's a rock dude, and I love his voice. He told me once, he says, you have a voice for radio. You ever consider doing that? I'd do it. I would definitely do it. I'd be like, yo, pay me, man. I'll do it.
What is your best advice that you can give to the newer generation that is interested in getting into the music industry?
That's interested in getting into the music industry. It's difficult to say. I would say study how the music industry works right now. Create your own buzz so that you have leverage. Be very careful who you take money from because the music industry is full of devils. That's a fact.
How was your experience in Greece? Because you're leaving tomorrow morning.
I'm coming back here. Greece is a wonderful place, and because I'm a history type guy, one of the first things I asked Paul, where's the Parthenon? So he took me to the Acropolis and I saw that. I can say that I saw one of the most famous building structures of the ancient world. I can say I saw that with my own 2 eyes. Greece is a wonderful place because Greek people are Greek people. There's no confusion here. There's no mishmash. And people aren't, the people fighting, they're fighting for what people fight for. They're not fighting about foolishness. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
So, good Friar, about your songs. Tell the people about your songs that are released and not released yet.
Well, there were some exclusives that we did here. There's Honey, the one that did very well in Thessaloniki. That's the one that hit number one. And I gave the opportunity to be able to get radio to take a listen to the other stuff, which they really like. There's my song One Africa, because to my heart, I have Pan-African views, and I'm not apologetic about that. I'd like to see Africa be one thing, so that they can, that they can thrive, right? And they can, just get out of, out of the grip, of where they're at. And a lot of good things I see happening in Africa. Some people might not think that, but I think it's a good thing. So I wrote that song on Africa in dedication to what I see going on in Africa. Is all we've got is one world, because this is all the world we got. And a lot of people think that we're all so different. Yeah, well, I think we're different, but it might not be a shock for some people to really see how similar we are. In all my travels, I've seen one thing that is consistent. People really are the same all over the world. I see it here in Greece. I see the same things over in the U.S. I've seen the same things in North Africa. I've seen the same things in the Middle East, and I've seen the same things in South America. People are the same all over the world. That's what inspired me to write that. With regards to, I have a song, Love Always Found a Way. It took me 7 years to finish that song because I had a brainwave, and I said, I'd like this song to be written in Xhosa, in that language. It took me 7 years to be on a gig with Jimmy Umgwande, who's a very well-known bassist. And we were on a gig, and I said, "Can you write this?" He says, "Yes," because he's Xhosa, from South Africa. He wrote it. His wife, Tombikoni. Can I get this right? I think I got it right. Dlamini. She is part of the original cast of Sarafina and The Lion King. She sang a lot of the lyric near the end in Xhosa. And he did some of the low male vocal in that as well. That's a highlight of the song. So it's also got some jazz play, some jazz playing. My buddy Chris Rogers, jazz trumpeter extraordinaire, he was in it. So that was just bringing some musicality to it. That was not reggae, right? Because I have background in jazz and reggae and all kinds of other pop forms. But my reggae is close to my heart because my parents were from Guyana, right? And that's reggae and kaiso and calypso and soca.
And you're from Brooklyn, New York.
Quick. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, the largest Caribbean population in the East Coast of the United States of America.
So those are the songs you don't want to say about the other two?
We've got Time With You, which is a banger, with Odinko leading that. And then we've got Angela McClinton. Oh, what a singer that is.
What a voice.
When we can finally get some sponsorship and get on the road, she will probably be with us when.
And the other song?
Let's see, what was that? I think I mentioned all of them.
You mentioned all of it, okay.
Yeah, I mentioned all of them.
And we got a future song coming up, which we'll keep as a secret yet.
Because I got the Greek bug. I said, there's a song coming with a Greek artist in it with some bouzouki, and I like that instrument.
So closing the interview, October 4th, 2025, in Piraeus, on a Saturday evening. You'll be leaving Sunday morning, early hours.
Yep.
What is your message to all the people that know Good Friar all over the world? What is your message to them?
I'll say it in Greek. Sagapo. Sagapopoli.
That's Good Friar. On the Now and Yesterday show with Paul Yazy. Bye-bye.
Bye.